Fox 5 Health News, and a new pill could one day help improve the quality of life for people who suffer from celiac disease. Researchers say the supplement would allow those gluten intolerants, the folks with it, to eat some forbidden foods, for instance, pizza and pasta.
That sounds pretty good. All right, joining us now, Dr. Devi Parambil, NYU School of Medicine. I apologize if I just butchered your last name there.
That's good.
All right, I did. All right, close enough. Let's talk about this. So this would be a great breakthrough. So basically, it sounds like a pill that would somehow build up your tolerance and ability to eat these foods that right now you can't without getting sick.
Well, what it does is with gluten, for example, so when people with celiac disease or sensitivity eat gluten, that's the stuff that's in pizza, pasta, breads and stuff, the immune system mistakes it. So it thinks it's like a bacteria or a virus and it fights it, and then you damage your intestine or your gut in the process. So what this does is sort of hide it, disguises it, kind of like basically like a person wearing a wig or something like that. So if the immune system doesn't recognize it as gluten, then it won't attack in the same way. So it protects them from it. Now the thing is, you know, we don't know, will it definitely work that way? Is it going to be effective? Is it going to be safe for the person? So those are some of the things that you worry about.
Right, I saw someone in our meeting this afternoon who's affected by this, and she's like, oh, I don't know if I buy this. You know, it's a very scary thing for people who are used to, you know, getting ill from eating this. Of course.
I mean, they can get nausea, bloating, all kinds of symptoms because of all that kind of inflammation that's going on in the gut. And then the other thing is, normally if you have a new, let's say, drug, it goes through FDA's testing. So this, they're actually looking at making it an over-the-counter supplement, so it doesn't have to go through the same testing for, you know, does it work as well and is it safe? So those are things to be concerned about.
If it works, that's very
That'd be great. Yeah, indeed.
I was very disturbed to read this. Kids as young as 8 years old may actually start having body image problems, even hate their bodies. Apparently, by the time they're in their early teens, researchers say that many boys and girls have already started dieting.
Sure. Yeah, it's very concerning. I mean, I think part of it may be related also to our focus on obesity, stopping obesity in kids, which we've been pretty successful at it. I mean, you know, they say that this year is the first time that we're sort of declining in terms of obesity rates, like it's sort of plateauing. But at the same time, by focusing on that, the thing is, then you have kids who are more focused on dieting, counting their calories and everything else. So it's sort of like the two might go together. But in terms of the body...
So in essence, this might not be like this terrible thing, they have bad body issue, they're just more aware of...
Well, both.
Obesity,
like,
potentially.
Anytime that you do something, you know, you have some positive, but maybe you have some negative. So the danger here is that these kids might be also more at risk for anorexia or bulimia. I mean, there is some evidence that they were binging also. So there is a problem. I mean, I think one solution is, right now we don't have a really good measure for obesity, right? What we use is the body mass index. So what that is, it looks at height and weight, and it basically uses that to calculate whether you're obese or not. So that's the only thing you can look at, like your weight. But we're not as interested in how much you weigh. We're really more interested in how much at risk you are for heart disease or diabetes.
And you know, it's kind of interesting that another study came out this week that showed that children are eating about 10% fewer calories compared to last year.
Yeah, so it looks like a positive on the whole, but at the same time, because they hate their bodies, I mean, that's something that obviously, you know, we'd want to avoid.
That's the other extreme.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, just basically another example, the kids seem to be getting growing up earlier and earlier with all the access to media, social media, pictures, Facebook. I know.
They actually showed that too, that 20% of the kids felt more pressure from the media to lose weight. So that's another thing.
Right, we're all on camera now, between, you know, the social media platforms and all that. I know, it's true. It's harder growing up now than it was even when we were kids, for sure. Absolutely. Dr. Devi, we appreciate it.